In the last video, we discussed about subset, universal set, power of a set, all these things, correct? They're quite important. Now, guys, think about it. Whenever we talk about a subset, we are going to have a particular limit, correct? Like a range. It starts here, it ends here, isn't it? Now, the same thing, suppose if you extend it to a number line. Okay, like it starts from this, it ends at this. Same thing as what we have for a subset. Don't you think so? A part of a number line is actually a subset. Because if you take a number line as an example, okay, like see what we have right here. Suppose see this is a number line. We start from 0 somewhere over here. We have a 0 and anything on the right is positive, anything on the left is negative. We know that. Suppose I'm going to take only a region of it, only a part of it. Okay, like suppose I'm going to take from here till here, only this much. Maybe it can be like -2 to say around 5. Now here we have a range of values, a particular subset of the entire list of numbers, isn't it? Now how do we represent it mathematically? Because we are not looking at, you cannot write infinite numbers because between -2 to 5 there are infinite numbers, isn't it? You can't say okay -2 -1 0. No, between -2 and -1 there are so many, -1 and 0 there are so many. So technically from -2 to 5 there are infinite many numbers, correct? And we won't be able to represent everything on a roster scale. So that means we have to go in the set builder form. But there is another way of representing the subset in the help of, there's another way of representing this subset with the help of a range of values, using inequalities, lesser than or greater than. We are going to discuss that now. That means we are trying to represent a subset as a range of numbers, or you can say a range of values. Fair enough? Now in that also there are 4 types what we have to discuss. Okay, 4 in the sense there are 3 and one of them we can split into 2. So technically there are 3, you can say there are 4 types also. The first type is where, suppose we have a subset where both -2 as well as the 5, both of them are included in the set. Again, I'll tell you, both of them are included. Okay, so that means here what we are looking at, a case where -2 and 5 are included, right? So we can say that the set A has a range from both -2 to 5. Okay, now let me write it in another way. Suppose if both the numbers are included, then here we write a circle, and this circle is going to be a shaded region. See, like this. Okay, both of them are shaded, and not only that, then what we do here, we are going to write it this way. See, that shaded region what you have, that shaded region is the region what is required. So how do we write it is what is given here in this case. Okay, so you can also write it another way. See here, assume that the value is x. Okay, so you can write A is equal to x such that x belongs to, that symbol is belongs to, here both -2 and 5 are included. So we write this way. So see this square bracket, -2 comma 5, and again we close it with a square bracket. This is the representation for the above one. That means we are having a subset where both the extremes are included, -2 and 5, and where we are going to take it that way. Okay, so this is one thing what we call as the closed interval. So you have to be very clear and careful. This is what we call as closed interval. Okay, this is what we mean by closed interval, one type of a subset. Let's go for the next one. For the next type of subset what we are looking at, again we look at a number line. So assume that you have a number line like this. Okay, so in this number line, so again we'll start with 0, say this is -2 and say this is 5. Again we are looking from -2 to 5. But in this case, suppose any one of the extremes are included and the other is excluded. Okay. Suppose in this case, let's say -2 is included, but 5 is excluded. Okay. In such case, what we do here, I'll take -2 and I'm going to take 5. -2 is shaded, whereas 5 is left empty. And here, this is the range of value, what we have. Okay, this is the range of value. In the sense here, -2 is included. So in this case, you can write, suppose here x is the value. So a is equal to x such that x belongs to, here -2 is included. So we write a square bracket -2 comma 5. But for 5, we write a small bracket. See, like this. And then we write it this way. Now, whenever you're writing any value like x belongs to a comma b, this represents that the value of x is between a and b are not included. Okay, this type of bracket is what we call as an open bracket, or you can say open interval. Closed interval is what you saw in the previous case where both of them are included. Open interval, they are excluded. Okay, now in the same thing, you can also write a is equal to x belongs to, or x such that x belongs to -2 comma 5. This was the two cases what I was talking about. This is one case where the closed and open interval can change, can vary depending on what your graph is. But for this one, the graph what you're showing, this is the case, which is the correct answer. Okay, the next one, both are open intervals. For that, how do we represent? We'll look into that. See, if both of them are open, okay, in the sense now, again, you're going to have one number line. This is 0, say this is -2, say this is -5. Now, in this case, both of them are open. Both of them are open. Okay, and then here, the mid values are this, or in between values. In the sense, suppose when you have x here, so we have a is equal to x such that x belongs to, here remember this is open bracket -2 comma 5, and here also we have an open bracket. So open bracket is something where the numbers are not included, correct? Now these are the 4 types what we have. So let's summarize all the 4 of them now. If you summarize, the first one is what you have, a comma b. Here, this is what we call as a closed interval, where both a and b are included within the set. Suppose if you write this way, a comma b, this is one end it is closed, one end it is open. So here, a is not included. A is not included, whereas b is included. Suppose if you write it this way, a comma b, then b is not included. Correct? B is not included. Suppose if you write a comma b, then here it's an open interval. So in the open interval, both of them are not included. Clear? So these are the ways of representing a subset, and that too we are representing this over the number line. Now there is a chapter called as linear inequality. In that, this way of representing an answer is very important. Clear? So this is the way how you represent a subset with the help of the rule based method, or you can say the rule method. Clear? And this is the range of the subsets.